truly magical day. Oh, excuse me, Kurt Cobain, I apologize.
Don't cut him off.
I think people know how it ends at this point.
Not well.
A magical day for Deadeyes. His final day with us before he goes off to get married. We'll be joining later in the week. We're not going to miss any live shows. That's right. I know that they said here you guys can't miss any shows because you haven't earned any vacation at Live 105. But even if we had, we would still be.
Yes, we would.
We're going to be here, and then Friday after the show, Allie and I will be joining and celebrating your marriage. So that
assuming our flights, everything happens on time, which is not likely.
I've got a good track record of flying lately, so.
And I'm on the same plane as you. You hijacked my plane.
Oh, hey, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
They don't like.
Well, you'll say it yourself, I'm sure, at the airport.
I will wait until important people are listening that have the power to tell me I can't fly their airline ever again.
I booked a flight. I was perfectly happy with my choices, and then you're like, I'm going to get on your flight. I'm like, don't jinx it.
Well, because the flight that I was on originally is an airline that I'm no longer allowed to fly. So I have multiple tickets now for an event. So I'm into this wedding right now for, I want to say, thousands of dollars at this point. And I haven't even gotten a gift yet. Does Foodies the Musical count as a gift, or no? Did you pay for
Hell
that?
no.
Okay. Well, that being said, we'll be talking to your fiance a little bit later this morning. Get into some March Badness in a moment, too. But I don't know if you just heard it. Useless Weirdo is becoming a big star right under our noses.
Oh, someone commented about this. 707 said, yeah, get your tattoo with Useless Weirdo. Seriously, whose idea was it to let him do this commercial?
Well, one of the worst. I mean, I'm always amazed with the bad ideas that come out of this building. I mean, really. Across the board, every level, not just our station, primarily our station. Most of the worst ideas seem to funnel their way to Live 105, but oftentimes we're disappointed. Oftentimes we feel like things were not properly thought out, and as a result, we're then left trying to promote or sell something that was a horrible idea to begin with. But the idea that Useless Weirdo is the voice of a tattoo expo when
his body is his temple and he would never ink it.
He has no tattoos. Not only does he have no tattoos, I think the guy's allergic to henna, to be completely honest. He's very delicate. And so when I heard this...
Now is the time to get that tattoo you always wanted. Yeah! Get your tattoo or piercing at...
I mean, that is...
piercings.
He was really excited. And it makes me think that, you know, since we talk about how we're not liars and we try to keep everything real and authentic on the show, my first thought is, well, we need to get him pierced all over the place so that he can be authentic.
Yeah.
But then my second thought...
lower back tattoo?
Which was my better thought, was if we could take the Useless Weirdo,
Yes!
And that was not Useless Weirdo, that was Danica. And then we could actually see what it would sound like.
Combine them!
For the two of them to make sweet love to each other, which I know is something that Useless Weirdo has been thinking about in his mind for years, ever since they met as interns here at Live 105.
Patrick, his dream is about to come true.
Do you want to know?
Thanks to the magic of radio.
Do you want to know what this would sound like?
No, I'm good.
You've thought about this in your mind, I'm sure, many, many times.
Mm-hmm.
No.
When you're alone
in your room.
No.
Cooking some
Which
noodle.
is also your whole house.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you want to listen to this?
No, I do not. I kind
All
of...
right.
I don't.
Well, we'll respect your
You
wishes.
kind of don't? Okay, we'll take that as a yes.
You don't want to hear what it would sound like for you and Danica to make sweet love to each other?
Not when you phrase it like that. No,
Fine.
I'm good.
Sour, dirty love.
Is there anyone that you've fantasized about more in this building than her?
There's no right way to answer this question.
What were you going to say?
Go ahead. Just answer it honestly. Is there anyone in this building that you fantasized about more than Danica?
I had never fantasized about Danica in the first place.
Yes,
so.
you have.
Please.
You go over and talk to Danica after the show every day, and you hand over her the paperwork, and you're like, I have to be in the studio with you to hand you the paperwork, so how's it going? Blah, 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 blah. Here's my day.
Is it true that you one time sniffed her seat when she got up and went to the bathroom?
What? Hell no.
That's not true at all.
That is not true.
Are you sure?
Positive.
All right. If you say...
We'll have to check with Danica.
Danica, did he ever smell your seat when you got up to go to the bathroom?
Yes, I
She
knew
says
it.
you did.
I beg to differ.
Are you calling Danica a liar?
Yes.
All right. Danica, are you sure he smelled your seat one time when you got up to leave?
Yes.
She's sure of it.
Wait, 2 times? Yes.
2 times. Well, anyway, here's what it would sound like if the day finally happened where you got to have your dream woman. Let's take a listen to this together. This is not suitable for all audiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That was horrible.
God.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry.
No wonder you're single.
Oh, jeez. I apologize to
That was
everyone.
very labored.
You were right about that. We should not have listened to that.
I told you.
Oh, what
We
a
can't
disaster.
unlisten now.
No. Horrible. All right, let's try to clean this up immediately with some children.
415 said hearing Useless Weirdo talk about tattoos literally made his tattoo crawl off of his body.
That is unbelievable. Someone said, worst thing to happen to tattoos since World War II. What does that mean? Oh, that is an aggressive statement. My God. Well, I don't disagree with any of those. I think everyone is absolutely right about that. Let's go ahead and try to completely expunge that from your memories immediately with this bit of wisdom from children for Deadeyes before he sets off to get married.
And now, wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids.
Well, if you give mommies some necklaces and bracelets and give them hugs and say I love you, that's what.
That's nice.
This has been wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids. Mazel tov, Deadeyes.
Kind of superficial, isn't it?
A little superficial. That's a young gold-digging bitch right there.
But you didn't need to buy a ring, apparently. Just jewelry and necklaces and hugs.
That's all you need. Deadeyes is great with the hugs. That's where he's at.
Prolonged hugs.
Jason in Pengrove. Hi, what can we do for you?
Hey, I was calling in to try and get some tickets to the Steve-O.
They're yours.
Oh, thank you.
You want to play a game or just want the tickets?
I'll play a game. I'm down.
Oh, I didn't really have anything prepared for you.
Yes or no?
Here's the game. Would you like to hear what it sounds like for Useless Weirdo to have sex with Danica or no?
Yeah, it sounded fun.
All right, he wants to hear it then. So, by request for Jason in Pengrove, he would like to hear what it sounds like for Useless Weirdo and Danica to enjoy the company of each other.
You've won the game of hearing something we just heard.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. Congratulations. You're a winner.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're going to go see Steve-O, who'll be
he
on
hung
with us. Just drove into oncoming traffic. Well, that happens sometimes. All right.
Sorry.
We will, as soon as we give you this song that we've never before played on Live 105, we will give you this this brand new bracket. Worst wedding guest, March Madness next. Oh, yeah. March Madness is back in a big way. Yesterday, real heated battle between worst person using cell phones out there, and I think it became the finals. I thought were going to be much closer than they were, but the winner.
Hands down.
Yeah, hands down / hands free. The worst of the cell phone users, as decided by you all through this first round of March Madness, is the person that always talks into their phone on speaker, no matter where they are. They have forgotten their phone has another mode they can use. Every conversation they have is now open to the world.
Because it's easier to hold the phone up to your face with the speaker on than it is to just hold it up to your ear and have a private conversation.
People do it everywhere. Doesn't matter. They're in a restaurant, movie theater, next to you on BART. The conversations are always out there, and they're always for all to hear. And as a result, sometimes you sit there next to them going, am I supposed to react to the horrible news this person is getting or giving, or do I just pretend I can't hear them? But how can you pretend you can't hear them when they're sitting right next to you having their entire life on speakerphone?
Exactly. And then if you look at them and glare at them, they look at you like, why are you staring at me?
You're eavesdropping on my conversation?
Yeah, and you're like, I have no choice.
If only there was a button or some sort of a device you could wear that would keep the other side of the conversation completely private.
But the thing is that the reason why it's so annoying is because the conversations are not interesting. If the conversations were more fascinating, maybe I would have a better time with it. But it's always just boring day-to-day crap.
No one's ever screwing the nanny.
No.
In a conversation you hear.
In a speakerphone conversation.
It's always waiting to talk the Discover card about a charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. All right, let's get to it. Today's March Madness. I look forward to meeting many of these people at Deadeye's nuptials this weekend. The worst of the worst wedding people. People that get married. They're the worst. People that get married. Guests at a wedding and people that you run into at a wedding. And of course, look, there's been lots of movies about wedding crashers and bridesmaids and stuff. And there's been lots of different types of these people that have been covered over the years. But I think there's many that get overlooked that truly will ruin a decent time.
Yeah. So we're deciding once and for all.
Once and for all, who is the worst of the worst? We'll be putting some certificates on our website for you to print out and hand to these people if you know them in your life. And then hopefully we can let these certificates and Darwinism take care of the rest. And say goodbye forever. All right, starting in the Northeast Regional. And this person is maybe my odds-on favorite to win the whole thing.
Really?
Number 1 seed. The person who is not getting married, who makes the speech or presentation or toast all about them. They forget that they are there for someone else's special day. And so when they decided they're going to sing a couple songs or they're going to give a speech that goes on for 45 minutes about why this means so much to them, they have completely lost the entire point of why they're up there speaking to begin with.
And I think in a lot of cases, there was never a plan for them to speak.
Yes.
Like,
they crowbar themselves into the, to the plan.
And they're just like standing up, middle of it.
Excuse me, is there a time for me to read my novel as well during this?
You're like, this was not part of the rehearsal.
They feel the need to be special, and they're using this room of people that are pretty much prisoners because the bar gets shut down during that time. Oftentimes, you're forced to sit and watch these people give their speech. And so they want to use this as an opportunity to read their poetry, their memoirs.
And be the most memorable part of the wedding. I think that's their goal, is to be, like, my speech was the best. I want everyone to be moved and crying for my part.
And any speech that starts, I Googled what it means to be a bridesmaid.
Oh, God, no.
You can go ahead and take that paper and try to slit my throat with it first.
Google
please.
yourself with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Google ways to kill myself using a butter knife and an ice sculpture.
And an empty drink.
That is the number 1 seed in the Northeast Regional, is the person who speaks or performs and makes it all about them and forgets the reason that they're there to begin with. They are battling a 4 seed in that same region. The needy single bridesmaid. Now, you would think that these are kind of similar people, but they're kind of not, actually.
Well, I think that the difference for me between these two is that the needy single bridesmaid requires a lot of attention from the actual bride and groom. Yes. Which is annoying. Like, they are constantly going up. They constantly need pictures with the bride. They constantly need to talk to them throughout. And they're like, oh my God, I need to make sure that she has a drink and everything. But it's really about her.
Also, very upset with where she sat usually. Like, you didn't sit me near any of the single guys. There's no single doctors here. Did you not invite people for me to meet?
Right.
Like, it's almost your job on your wedding to set up this one single person that can't quite figure it out.
Right.
And to be completely honest, I'm oftentimes jealous of the few single stragglers that you have. And I remember when I first started going to weddings, my mid-20s, right? The percentage of single people there was high, 80%. Now, as you get into your young mid-30s, you notice that
you're the odd one. Yeah.
There's less and less of the single people, and oftentimes you can just find just 2 single people. There's a 100% chance they're going to have sex that night. Strictly because of that's who's left.
But this woman is very fragile and determined to catch the bouquet also, I think, even though she's not with anybody.
Right. And also, she's caught it many times before, but it has not amounted to much. Because isn't it supposed to...
If I catch 7 of them, it'll happen. I'll find them.
In the Southeast region, number 2 seed in this region is the choreographed wedding party or over-practiced first wedding dance. Now, I know what you're thinking.
I like this.
Oh, no. And we've talked about it before on this show as well. It's almost like it's not enough that the entire day is about you. You also need a moment to go ahead and try to become YouTube famous.
I know, but would you rather watch them do a fun dance or just watch them slow dance and look into each other's eyes?
I'd rather be outside in the parking lot smoking a joint while whatever dance is happening, so frankly, I don't care.
Oh, I can do that for my wedding dance?
No, you'll be having some weird gay lesbian dance, and I'll be in the parking lot smoking a joint. I'm just saying, it's the over-choreographed, it's everyone it needs to be involved, and oftentimes, if you're forced to be involved in that, like, of course, there's some people that are like, oh, that'll be fun. And then there's, like, the guy that's like, I know I've known you for a lot of years, but I really don't want to do jazz hands down the aisle. You understand,
And there's
right?
always one person, the one who's organizing it, wants to over-rehearse.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, we're going to get there 3 weeks early so we can practice our two-step. No, thank you.
Nope.
They're battling in the East region. The odd person out. Now, the odd person out's interesting because the odd person out is usually invited to the wedding under the assumption that they will not show because you assume that they have the decency to realize that they don't know anyone else who's going to be there. And even though they kind of know the bride or the groom through work usually, they're
Like
invited knowing that they're going to say no.
But they felt obligated to invite them.
Yes, exactly. They were an obligation invite. I'd say half of all people invited to weddings, over half are obligation invites.
Right.
People don't really want them there, but they feel like they have to invite them because they don't want to deal with the drama or the family. And Deadeye's, we broke this down with many of his relatives over people that he thought he had to invite, and he cut his list down. What was your list at? Like 300 or something? Trimmed down to like a nice
it was actually pretty close to 300 when we started this thing.
Are you serious?
When we got it down.
And remember, we sliced a lot of people. We trimmed a lot of the fat. Literally, actually, trimmed all the fat relatives. Cuts a lot of the cost on the food.
No, there's only 7 people coming.
But this odd person out makes everyone uncomfortable.
Yeah, and
they don't know anyone. They weren't allowed to bring a +1. They don't even have a +1. But you also, their relationship is so limited.
Yeah, but then you're like, why is Gary talking to Uncle Tom? He's always talking, like he or she's always talking to the important people and like the people that are immediate family, and it's awkward.
In your scenario, Allie, who's the important person, Gary or Uncle Tom? I can't figure out in that sentence who seems important, because they both seem pretty unimportant to me. Is it the important Uncle Tom? And why? And by the way, why is it Uncle Tom in your scenario?
That's what I was really wondering.
Don't do it.
That's an interesting.
It was the first thing you said. Damn it.
What kind of structure is this wedding taking place in? Just curious.
Where does Uncle Tom live, out of curiosity, Allie, in your hypothetical?
Not cabin anymore.
Oh, okay.
Racist Allie.
Yeah, there she is. Always bringing it. Well, there you go. That is your East region. It's a good one. The West region's pretty strong as well. We will let you battle those people out. We will return in a moment, give you a West region. I believe the entertainment has started to arrive here in the building.
Oh, really?
For the the bachelor party festivities, which means we have to talk to your wife, Deadeyes. Is she going to take our call if we get her on the phone?
Yeah, she has to be at work at 8, though.
All right, great.
So we got to call her soon.
We will call your wife. We will find out what things we're allowed to and not allowed to do. That is out of respect for her only and not for you. I want to make that quite clear. And we'll be back in a moment with the West region of March Badness. We will let that battle continue. And here's something to think about while we go into break.
And now, a brief history of swearing. The word originated from William Shakespeare when he wrote the world-famous line, "To be or not to be a..." This has been a brief history of swearing, courtesy of Kevin Klein Live.
That is Allie's favorite band right there. A lot of people don't know that. White Town. She loves it. Loves the concept as well, but mostly the band.
I listen to it in my cabin.
I bet you do. We will give you the next round of March Badness already. Heated debate, votes going up on Twitter at Kevin Klein Live, as well as online. The worst of the worst for March Badness. Wedding guests. Hopefully we don't see any of these people. I know a lot of questions coming in about Deadeyes as we will get into his bachelor party in just about 15 minutes. We can start the festivities here at Live 105 and the drinking will commence. But people wondering things like, will your giant-breasted cousin be in attendance?
That's really coming through. But
That's
she's
my
not going
biggest
to be
question.
there?
No, she's not traveling over from Australia for it.
But will her breasts be there?
She'll get 3 tickets to come from Australia, and that's way too many. It's unfortunate that she will not be in attendance. But your drug dealer cousin will be there, correct?
We actually don't know where he is, so he may show, but we don't know.
Oh, what was his name again? I like that guy.
Travis?
Trevor or Travis, I forget. Regardless,
it doesn't matter.
I've only met him once. So.
I like him. He's the one I want to hang with most, but unfortunately, I don't think he'll be there either.
804 says, definitely voting for the speaker. I was at a wedding where the bride's father from 30 years ago gave a 20-minute speech out of nowhere. It was so long and boring that when it was the maid of honor's turn, she just said, "I'll tell you my speech later."
Look, at least she had the decency to do that. I think people think that it's their... Everyone tries to one-up each other in this situation. As a result, you get a boring speech that's 10 minutes followed by a boringer speech that's 15 minutes. Yeah. And then people are like, well, that guy spoke for 15. I only had 3 minutes prepared. So then they try to improv a half an hour.
Yes.
And it's like, you're not Chris Rock, so calm down. Your speech stinks. And we've all heard it before. But I understand it's all part of the... I'm not trying to be down on weddings. I'm a married guy. It's all part of the process. But just have a little bit of common decency for the other people there.
I think it needs to be broken up a little more. Because it seems like all the speeches happen in 1 hour-long chunk. And after the second speech, everyone's just counting down to the time that they can get up and get another drink. So why don't we just break it up and have a couple songs in between it or something?
Rather sit through Foodies the Musical than any more of these speeches. That's why we ask people to give you advice, Deadeyes. And before we get into the West region of our bracket for all things worst of the worst, March Badness. We wanted to give you some more advice from children about getting married.
And now, wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids.
Graduation Deadeye's. Are you okay? I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
This has been wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids. Mazel tov, Deadeyes.
I don't know how he picks his favorite kids. What do you do, like a fantasy football draft? How do you do that?
I don't know. That one was so sad.
He was so worried about you.
Are you okay? I think they saw your picture, and that's how they were responding.
Go to the doctor.
Avoid this guy, but first give him some advice. All right, here we go. Into the West region now. March Badness, worst of the worst. Wedding guest, we move on. Number 1 seed. Oh, yeah. I think this could be your girlfriend, Allie.
No.
No?
Nope.
You put a couple drinks in her, she doesn't become this person?
No, she really doesn't.
The over-dramatic crier, they spend most of the ceremony crying, and that crying doesn't stop. And in fact, I think the over-dramatic crier, the tears from the over-dramatic crier is usually the fuel that keeps the bad speeches coming. Because they'll look out and they'll see like one person crying, and they'll be like, oh, God, I'm
doing so well.
I'm really connecting with that.
I got to tack on another 5-10 minutes onto this thing.
And I think that person has probably got their own issues going on, and for whatever reason, they're coming out of their eyes and their nose during the wedding, but they do cry throughout, and oftentimes it's sobs of like, oh! Right. And it's like very distracting, and it also seems a bit attention-y, a bit needy as well.
But do you see this person as a close family member or just a rando, right?
Rando.
Okay, cool.
Rando, usually.
Got it.
Close family members, they may cry, they may get emotional. That's fine. It's an emotional event. I get it.
It
must be nice to have a heart and have emotions. Tell me about it one time. I'd love to learn.
Until we have those things, they're going to be annoying to us, okay?
But the over-dramatic one is usually like, wow, that must be the bride's mom. And it's like, no, that's the neighbor.
No, that happened this weekend when my friend got engaged. We had an engagement party, and this one girl, I swear, I've met her like 2 times, and she was all over it, like, oh, we're going to be planning everything together, and like was so emotional about it. I was like, you don't even see this girl that much.
Everything sets them off. The cake sets them off. The songs set them off. Really, all we want to do is just set them off out of the wedding.
Set them on fire.
Number 4 seed. I don't know how this guy slipped to a number 4 seed because, in my opinion, I actually think this guy makes a wedding better, but it apparently made it to March Badness brackets. The horny uncle. Horny uncle's never usually been in a room with this many women in their 20s, even when he was in his 20s. So
with this many unstable women that are crying all over the place and giving speeches.
There's a lot of comments from the horny uncle. Some of them are unintentionally creepy, but they always are, and it's things like, wow, your friend really grew up nicely and stuff like that.
You used to play in my backyard naked. You know that, right?
Right.
You're like, oh.
Like bring up the time that you like, you had to put on your bathing suit for you. Like, it's like you're an adult now, and then it's like, speaking of that, you want to slow dance? The horny uncle.
We got to catch up. That's the whole reason that he wants to slow dance with you.
Yeah,
just to talk.
I don't know if the horny uncle is intentionally creepy and horny, but I do think that everything they do comes across that way. And even if like there's a conga line or something else happening, he's the one that's like too close. He's just a little too close.
Or his hands are too far south on the conga line.
Yes, exactly. Like why is the back? Because usually you get a conga line. Usually you're not dealing with anyone. You get like some kids in there. You get the applesauce demographic usually. You get the children and then you get the old people. Most normal people our age are sitting that out. They're at the bar.
And then there's horny uncle.
Yeah, or they're doing the more fun cocaine lines in the bathroom, which is way better than the conga line. But by the way, drugs are bad, kids.
Yeah,
Stay
drugs
away.
are bad.
But man, oh man, horny uncle is the 4 seed. Horny uncle battling the overdramatic crier.
That is a good one.
All right,
it's a good matchup.
In the final bracket, which is the Southwest region. It's the wedding DJ or wedding band that thinks that they are playing halftime of the Super Bowl. They take everything so seriously. They are completely focused. And if there's a mistake, and inevitably there will be with a lot of wedding bands, they act like it will be the end of their career, which they don't realize is kind of already over.
Yes, or it never began.
Right, exactly.
But the thing that annoys me most about this category is that these people are so mean when anyone tries to request anything. for at the wedding. You know what I mean? It's like, well, everyone wants to hear this one song.
Right.
You might be playing it later, but I want to hear it now. It's the wedding. Like you are at the mercy of the guests and the bride and the groom, and then they give you this look like we've already prepared this routine.
We don't play Tower of Power.
Yeah,
all right.
That's not us.
That's not.
You're
what we
you're
do.
a wedding DJ. Just play what we want you to play.
And the other best part about the wedding band, the one that takes himself a little too seriously, is that oftentimes they try to outperform. Like if they're doing a Lady Gaga song, they'll try to out Gaga, and it's like you're not going to do that. So why don't
this
you?
This is my Gaga tribute.
Yeah, why don't you just go with like decent karaoke performance of Gaga? That's what the people want.
Your job could be replaced with a karaoke machine. Okay.
The final person in the worst of the worst wedding, battling the DJ, is the person that shows up with the uninvited plus one. It's not the uninvited plus one's fault because they didn't know. They thought they were invited to a wedding. But this happened at my wedding. It's happened at many ones I go to. There's not a seat for the person. There's an uncomfortable moment. And then on top of everything else, whoever's paying for this thing gets stuck with an additional couple $100 bill.
What?
Yeah, because they weren't counting on this person. And all of a sudden, they counted on veal for 40, and now you got to do veal for 41. You know that
$200 veal
for a piece of veal. Yeah, that's whatever. You got to pay for dinner. You got to. I mean, I don't know what it works. You've got a per person price. I'm sure they figured out what it cost for each person there. It's got to be definitely somewhere over $100 per person.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you figure in the bar.
You figure in the bar as well. Yeah, I would imagine they're probably figuring each person somewhere on average. I'd say each person you invite probably somewhere in the $200 to $400 range.
What?
Per person.
Oh my God.
You got to figure that out. So if someone shows up with someone else, it's basically, hey, thanks for my spatula set you got me from Bed Bath & Beyond for $50. The person you brought with you that was not invited, that just cost me $400. So thanks a lot.
Were you looking at me browsing through the registry for Dead Eyes and me?
So there you go. There's your bracket.
Did you get the spatula set already?
There's your brackets, folks. Go ahead and battle them out. We'll figure out who moves on into further wedding hell that is March Badness, worst of the worst wedding guests. And I know there's some we couldn't include, and I apologize. We come back in a moment. We got to get your wife on the phone immediately following this call, and then the bachelor party can commence after this on Live 105. All right, Trendosaurus, a lot to get to. We're supposed to be kicking off Dead Eyes' bachelor party any moment now. We crack our first bottle of booze on the show and then get into all things bachelor party fun. Elliot, South San Francisco, what's up?
Hey.
Did you call to wish Dead Eyes well?
Sorry, what?
Exactly. You hear that? You've got the support of the people, Dead Eyes. They're on your side.
That's what you say when you're in an argument with your future wife. Sorry, what? Anyway, bye.
I'm sorry. My nickname is Dead Ears. I couldn't hear anything you said. We are going to talk to your wife. She's on one of these phone lines. I just got to figure out which one she is on so that we can go ahead and get things approved before we start all of the tomfoolery or frolic. That seems like a good way of saying what really it is going to be, which is cheating.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kidding. It's tomfoolery.
Jesus.
People are okay with tomfoolery, but when you say cheating, everyone gets all upset. Call off the wedding. Before we say hi to Dead Eyes' wife, or fiance, future wife, excuse me, let's just give everyone a recap of their love affair. I think this sums it up best. This is how he shows his love for her. It was through a song that he sang for her on Valentine's Day.
I was hoping you'd play this.
Is what you wanted, this is what you wanted, girl. It's what you wanted. Happy Valentine's. Happy Valentine's.
That's Dead Eyes.
We didn't need that.
That's Dead Eyes seducing
Happy
her.
Valentine's.
That's the mating call of the creep. And then there's this message that she left for him, which I think shows that the love is back and forth. It's
mutual.
Reciprocal. It's mutual.
Hi, it's me, your fiance. I'm at BART waiting for you to answer the phone, but you didn't even turn off the alarm yet, so I know you fell asleep, which is why I told you not to take a nap. I'm going to take a lift home. So don't bother getting me.
After hearing that, someone said, is that who you're marrying, Dead Eyes? No, dude, you are making a huge mistake.
I would say I haven't heard chemistry like that since I heard Useless Weirdo and Danica have virtual sex earlier in the show today. All right, well, that's true love. And I actually, in all seriousness, have met the future Mrs. Dead Eyes, and she's a lovely lady.
She is.
He is.
She's not as bad as she seems on that voicemail.
In the term, in a sports analogy that you will not understand, Allie.
Go ahead.
Dead Eyes is out kicking his coverage.
What? Okay, I thought I was learning a lot. coverage.
Let's say hi to. That means that he's doing better than he should be.
Okay.
She's better than him.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I was trying to make him feel better. Deadaeyes, you understood that, right?
So he's like the understudy.
Sadly, yes, I understood.
Yes, hello, Bridezilla.
Oh, hi.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Deadaeyes. I'm making sure you can hear us as well. Hi, Meg.
I see. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are
You're just calling her Meg?
I didn't want to say her full name in case weirdos like to look her up and track her, you know?
What about our significant others?
That's a good point. First of all, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. Good. Getting ready.
Did you ever forgive Deadaeyes for leaving you at the BART station in Oakland on Friday night?
No, it's in our vows.
It is?
No.
We're having this bachelor party for Deadaeyes today, and is there anything that you're really, really not comfortable with, like nudity or Patrick being nude and giving him a lap dance or anything like that?
I am so excited to hear and see that. Yes, that I agree.
I am serious, though. I don't want to cross any lines. Like, I know that there's certain rules. I remember when you went off to your bachelorette party, and he was very concerned because we read him a lot of stories of other things that bachelorettes had done at their bachelorette party, like gotten pregnant and stuff.
No D signing. That was the big one.
Luckily.
Oh, yeah, D signing. He was afraid you were going to go around signing Ds.
Oh, yeah. Why aren't we doing that today?
Oh, yeah. We should be signing some. Deadaeyes, get out of Sharpie and sign some Ds.
No.
You can start with mine.
Is there? We have some entertainers that are coming by, and I just wanted to make sure that you're okay with. Where's the line that we shouldn't cross with you?
Oh, I don't know. What are my choices?
Well, clothes on clothes rubbing is okay, right?
Sure, that would be highly uncomfortable for him, so I'd enjoy that.
What about clothes on no clothes rubbing?
Which one is the no clothes?
That's a good question.
Deadaeyes will be completely naked for all of this.
Nope.
That's perfect then.
All right.
Okay.
And what about just him and his Daisy Dukes that we made for him on the show?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. You seem pretty cool. All right, you're up for anything. All right, good. I just want to make sure we ran it by you first.
Yeah, no. The more embarrassing for him, the better.
We're very excited to fly and be at your wedding on Friday.
Yeah, 4 days.
You know, Allie got a dress.
Good.
That's a big thing for her.
It is.
Okay.
I don't normally wear dresses. I don't own any.
Well, as long as you and I have matching white dresses, you should be good.
Are you wearing white? Allie, tell me if I
No,
white dress.
I didn't do that.
I'm wearing my white tuxedo, though.
Okay.
Nuh-uh.
At least you have one.
That's right. Oh, yeah, before we let you go, how was Foodies the Musical?
Oh.
Yeah,
that's...
that about sums it up. All right. Well, listen, we congratulations ahead of time. We'll see you later. I know you've got a lot on your mind. Thank you for dealing with us this morning, and we're going to let the bachelor party festivities commence in moments.
Yay!
All right.
Can I ask more about this rubbing? Is it guys rubbing me or girls rubbing me?
She said she's cool with any rubbing you.
I think it's going to be guys, and I'm okay with that, yeah.
She said she's okay with any rubbing that happens.
I'm not okay with that.
It's not about what you want, man. Just like marriage.
Yeah. Patrick's good at that, I hear.
He looks so unhappy right now. All right, good. If everyone's unhappy, we've done our job.
Yay!
All right, wonderful. We'll see you later this week, all right?
All right, can't wait.
Thank you. There she is, the future Mrs. Deadaeyes. So lucky.
Oh, that's adorable.
How do you feel?
Uncomfortable.
Perfect.
Yes. I'm glad we got that out of the way.
So that was pretty much permission to do whatever we need to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get what's trending out of the way, and then I believe guests have arrived.
They have?
Booze is here.
But Deadaeyes is not going to get them, right?
No. We've sent someone else. Deadaeyes is going to stay right there.
We have someone else?
We have someone else, believe it or not. That's right. And that's what we're going to call
Did we get a guest to get the guests?
That's what we need to do now. We need to book people on the show just to get the actual guests we want. Thanks, CBS Radio, for giving us everything we need to succeed here at Live 105.
Cool.
You've done a good job of helping us to become the next *1 show in the Bay Area. All right. What is trending right now? Trendosaurus and then the bachelor party.
Okay, so it was Steph Curry's birthday yesterday. It's an opportunity. It was an opportunity to tell him that we love him, unlike every other day when we tell him that we love him. And what's a better birthday gift than clinching the Pacific Division title and snagging yet another win yesterday against the Pelicans? He also celebrated with class by having a sweatpants party at their house where people came over for dinner and a movie, which sounds really adorable and fun. And of course, he could not get through his birthday without his adorable daughter singing happy birthday.
I think to myself, like, I feel like Steph Curry is a fun multimillionaire. You know, like he's good, like he does fun things. I would do things like that. If I had millions of dollars, if I had $1,000, I would totally be the person that would have sweatpants dinner parties and be like, come on by, wear your sweats, we'll get a bunch of food. Like, there's some people that have a ton of money and they're total a-holes, and I hate the fact that they have money too, because not only are they rich a-holes, but they also don't do any fun things with their money. I would be one of those lottery winners that would blow through all my money in a year, but it would be such a fun year with like so many people that would have a good time.
And with celebrities too, like the most fun place to go is their house.
Of course.
Because their house is the coolest thing that everyone else wants to see. So he did the right thing by having a party at his house and not going to some stupid club that everyone else has been to.
You want to go to the Cheesecake Factory? I can do that without you. All right? I like you, and I want to see your house, and I want to wear my sweatpants there, and I want to be fed food.
Yeah, and I want to watch a movie in your movie theater house.
And then your adorable child singing, this is actually for Dead Eyes. I didn't realize.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy.
Dead Eyes.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much. Yay.
Oh, God, is his life perfect?
I know. His wife also posted a picture on Instagram saying, happy birthday to the love of my life. I can't believe you're 28. And I'm like,
28.
yeah, I know. Neither can we.
Damn.
He's 28.
Right there in the sweet spot of our audience. Steph, I know you're listening right now, man. Spread the word, all right? Help us be that next number one show. We're big fans of yours.
Just say it once. Just say it once on TV.
Just once. Next time you hit a shot, look away from the shot, and we'll know that that's a sign that you're listening to us, okay? Thank you.
That's all we need.
Between you and I and the fans of this show, we will know what that means. If you care about this show, you will hit at least 2 3-pointers in your next game.
You know, maybe we should set our sights on Riley at this point. She's more impressionable.
Yeah, she is.
We just need to get her alone in a room.
That I said too late. What does that mean? Weirdo. What's wrong with you?
All right, the world's first drone Grand Prix took place in Dubai and basically proved that teenagers are the rulers of the remote. Of 150 teams from all around the globe, the one that took home the prize, the $250,000 prize, was a 15-year-old kid.
Oh, damn it.
I know. Each pilot had to complete an extravagant obstacle course with ups, downs, loops, hoops, and VR headsets to help them navigate, and the winner turned out to be a 15-year-old kid named Luke Bannister of England. And they also announced a new sporting event that will come next year called the World's Future Sports Games. That'll be in December of 2017. That event will apparently include more droning, robotic swimming, running, wrestling, and car racing.
Sounds amazing. I mean, it's the worst name ever. Like, I couldn't imagine what that meeting was like when they settled on the World's Future Sports Games. But regardless, that is so much more interesting to me than anything that's going on with the Olympics.
I know.
Was it
robotic swimming?
Oh, awesome.
Like, what is that?
Hey, Phelps, this robot just did 1,000 laps in under a minute. So much more interesting.
Stupid now, huh?
Dumb, boring human with your human flaws.
All right. There's a lot of stuff that you have to be good at when you're a police officer. You learn how to tell the bad from the good, and how to run a license plate, and how to handle a police chase, and how to handle butt chugging, which is the act of putting alcohol or drugs up one's rectum, and it's apparently a real problem these days, so much so that the police force now needs updated training on how to deal with all of it. An expert has been giving a thorough breakdown on how these drugs are ingested, which I'm sure is just such a fun meeting to attend. I would actually rather listen to wedding speeches on how to watch out for it and how to even be able to check if a person is hiding something up their rectum. After all, the anus is extremely venous and can be create a much faster, longer high when drugs are ingested this way.
Are you trying to copyright a new catchphrase?
After all,
you know what Allie always says, the anus is extremely venous.
The anus is venous.
Oh, man. So that's a real issue now, is it?
Yeah, it's a real issue because it's been happening so much that cops need to know exactly. They need to stay abreast of all things chugging, plugging, and booty bumping.
I do believe that the anus is very much like the cargo pants of the body. It's always a good place to store something. If all else fails, you always can go ahead and extra charge or whatever. Not necessarily contraband, but if you're running around naked, need a place to store something.
It's the world's pocket.
It is. It's the world's pocket. Thanks, Anus. We will, speaking of which, we've got performers that are here. They will be in here in a few moments, as will Dead Eyes, as will Useless Weirdo, who will be taking part in our first bachelor party festivities. We'll be getting into that in mere moments, and I see a lot of votes coming through as to who moves forward in this edition of March Badness Wedding Guests, so we will do all of that. But first, more advice from children, and then music.
And now, Wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids.
Deadeye's, here's one for you. My marriage.
This has been wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids. Mazel tov, Deadeyes.
You ready for this?
No.
I know you already had your real bachelor party, like you went away and you did something in Nashville, but you didn't have a proper send-off, and our audience didn't get to take part in it. And a lot of people reached out this past few weeks when we said we're going to do this for you today, and they offered to do things, send us stuff, bring us stuff. People wanted to come, cut the day off of work, and come hang out. And, of course, CBS Radio and the horrible lawyers here and everyone else who ruins this job for us on a daily basis said they weren't okay with that because apparently when we encourage drinking during the morning show,
we encourage drinking.
Yeah, and they don't like that. Mm-hmm. By the way, we're going to be at the Irish Bank on St. Patty's Day from 3 to 6. It's a bar. That's a sponsored event. So I guess when we encourage drinking and they get paid for it, they're cool with it.
Yeah.
So come on by 3 to 6, and we'll be hooking you up with BFD tickets, and one person is going to win themselves a trip of a lifetime to Dublin. All right, moving on. In a moment, we're going to bring in the entertainment that has made it here. Keep in mind, some people couldn't show up. The foot fetish guy did not want to come and worship your feet.
Which I'm fine with.
I blame you for that. But I am thrilled to bring in the beautiful ladies that are here today that are going to help you celebrate your final days of being a single man.
And I think that Ice is already happy that they're ladies.
Yeah, he's already relieved because he was very concerned it was not going to be ladies.
I'm pretty sure your fiance was convinced they were all going to be guys.
Now, I just want to know, Patrick, are you excited that these ladies are here as well?
Yeah.
All right, calm down. That was aggressive. They just got here. Take it down a notch.
Jeez.
Don't overplay
Have an
their
energy
hand.
drink. Calm down.
Jeez. I mean, come on. It's like you've never seen a lady before.
Yeah.
All right, I know. You haven't.
Jeez, you horn dog.
Calm down. All right, let's try to keep it in our pants for a second. And really, I think Allie is maybe the lesbian in the room who's the most excited about all of this.
I am.
Who loves naked women more than you?
I tried to dress like a pimp today.
Oh, is that? I was wondering why you look all
You got
done
a
up.
pimp jacket.
I thought you took on a job being a private detective after work.
Or a pilot.
Why does Allie look
aviation
like
expert.
that? She looks like a private double dick. You can say it in the context of a private dick. You can say that. You can say private dick, right, Deadeyes?
Sure.
Are you drinking that Fernet?
Yeah.
Of course you are. Have a shot. Come on, go ahead, throw it down.
Ew. Oh!
There's going to be some... You like that?
No, that's gross.
Yeah, Fernet's gross.
Fernet's
really
not gross. Fernet's like the lifeblood of the city of San Francisco.
It is, and I don't know why.
All right. In a moment,
It's like I licked an ashtray.
We're gonna meet the performers that were generously provided to us by Larry Flint's Hustler Club. The winning 4 awards. They've won 4 awards in the last 3 years. I can't even keep track of all. You know how many awards we've won in the last 3 years? 0. We've won no awards. They've won. Are you all right? You gonna throw up already?
I'm fine.
Are you getting a water chaser?
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the fun part. Deadeyes is nervous. That's okay, Deadeyes. It's understandable.
Calm your Deadeye.
We're going to meet these dancers in a moment, and I'm very excited because we have a very special game planned for you that is called Lappily Ever After, where we will test your knowledge and see how prepared you actually are to be a married man while you receive a private dance. But just so you don't feel like you're doing this alone, because that can be an intimidating feeling, and there are multiple women that are here. Useless Weirdo will also be invited to take part in the festivities.
Yeah.
Listen
and he said
to that.
yes.
You sure you're okay with this, Useless Weirdo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to make sure we get your permission nowadays. We don't want you to do anything you're uncomfortable with.
Patrick?
Yeah.
Well, you sound less enthusiastic in there.
I don't really have high hopes for this turning out well for me. Mm-hmm. Even if it's something good, I have a feeling I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
The other gravy shoe to drop.
Yeah.
Would you do us a favor and introduce our entertainment as they come into the studio, please?
Sure.
I mean, I'd like you to describe them. You have such a way with words. I would like you to do the you would do the magic, please. All right. I'm thrilled. I already got a sneak peek.
I haven't seen them at all. I can't wait.
Excited for you, Dad. By the way, no photography and no photos, please. We have to keep this
reals.
We have to keep this respectful. All right. So
that was a request.
Put away all of the cameras right now. No cameras out. I don't want to.
But we have so many cameras. We finally got these in here.
I don't want to mess up our relationship, our blossoming relationship with the 2015 Nighty Awards winner for Best Adult Entertainment in SF. Okay.
Wow.
It's really remarkable here when you look at the awards, and the return of the $2 Tuesdays is back. $2 drinks all day shifts long. That's 11:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the idea that they came in here this morning at 8 o'clock to be a part of this is already overwhelming. So you should feel very honored about that, Dead Eyes, too.
Honored, yes.
Okay. So we will get to that in a moment. Let me just quickly, we don't have time to talk to Danica right now. There's a lot of other people that would like to say things to you. Your penis is on the phone right now. Let me just say hi to your penis quickly. Go ahead, Dead Eyes' penis.
G'day, mate. Dead Eyes. We could still leave. We don't have to go through with this.
Your penis is trying to talk you out of getting married right now. Should we continue talking to your penis?
Okay, now I'm uncomfortable.
How does your penis get a cell phone, by the way? That's remarkable.
Why does my penis have a better accent than I do?
Yeah, that's interesting. You don't have the Australian accent anymore, but your penis still does. Why should Dead Eyes not get married, Dead Eyes' penis?
Well, Dead Eyes, think of all the adventures we've been on, and think of all the places we could still go down under. Look me in the eye, Dead Eyes.
All right, that's enough of that. Thank you, Dead Eyes' penis. That's it. I'll let you guys carry on that conversation after the show.
Oh, God.
Dead Eyes' penis, if you knew it was good for you, you'd stop talking so we could get on with the entertainment, please, for Christ's sake. All right, let's, before we bring in, and Useless Weirdo, we'll give you a moment to get your words together. We should point out that in the March Badness battle right now, we've made it down to a round of 4. Four have made it through with a lot of your thoughts and the worst of the worst wedding guests, and they include some of the comments coming through.
415 saying the crying rando is the worst. My boyfriend's sisters did this, cried about how brave Caitlyn Jenner was during the wedding.
That person should be thrown out immediately.
Yeah, and 925 said at my wedding, the most annoying was the beautiful girl in the white dress because she was more beautiful than the actual bride.
Yeah, that's a real attention move as well.
650 said just as bad as the random person who shows up with no invite is the person who RSVPs, yes, and doesn't show up, but you're still stuck with the bill. So there's a lot.
Into the round of 4. The long speech giver / person who turns the wedding speech into an opportunity for them to audition for America's Got Talent overwhelmingly defeated the needy bridesmaid, and they're moving into the round of 4. So long speech givers, you're a horrible person, and you're now in the final 4. The choreographed dance party beating out the odd person out in a 70% to 30% vote, overwhelming as well there. Those two moving on into the round of 4. In the other region, a very close battle, but by 2 points in double overtime, the horny uncle beating the over-dramatic crier. I'm shocked, but congratulations. The only thing the horny uncle has ever won, and the DJ star / wedding band that thinks they're performing at halftime of the Super Bowl and takes their job too seriously is also overwhelmingly defeated the unexpected +1.
Wow.
There's your final 4. We will continue on with the battling in March Badness. All right, Useless Weirdo, let us get some wedding music on, and let us begin with Lappily Ever After. Here we go. Tell us about our entertainers as they make their way into the studio, please.
Do you guys want me in there first, or?
You can say it from in there, but I would like maybe Twinkie, can you escort them in here to the room, please? I would like to meet these ladies and let Allie feast her eyes.
They need a good feast.
Oh, calm down, Allie. Allie's the one we got to control here.
I think that was Allie's penis talking.
Yeah, was that Allie's penis on the phone?
Mine's got a Brooklyn accent.
Useless Weirdo, please describe them and as they make their way into our studio for Dead Eyes' bachelor party.
All right.
Wow, ladies, good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for being here as they make their way into the...
I can't see anything.
Go ahead.
Donuts.
Oh, there's donuts as well. Ladies, first of all, welcome. Let's focus on you for a moment. Some princesses here for our prince, Dead Eyes. Dead Eyes, say hi.
Thank you. Hi.
He's very uncomfortable. Dead Eyes is very uncomfortable. I want to talk to the ladies in a moment, but first let's give them proper introductions. Useless Weirdo on the mic to describe these beautiful women.
All right. So first we have... I can't even hear myself. There we go.
He's real smooth, isn't he, ladies?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They already know what to do, which is laugh at him.
Yeah. That's just natural reaction for everyone. Like a shard of glass in whatever your breakfast cereal of choice is. Useless Weirdo. Go ahead.
Okay.
Describe them.
So first we have Sky here. Very tall, gorgeous, blonde. That's all I got.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wonderful. Sky.
You don't want to explain what she has on or anything?
Describe Sky. I mean, Sky's got a beautiful body. She's probably spent a lot of time working at Sky. I would imagine you're an elliptical girl. It looks like it, right?
I eat a lot of cheeseburgers.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, you don't show it. Sky's a beautiful lady. You did not do her any justice. You have to paint this picture for the listening audience. So try again with Sky, please.
Okay. All right. So, gorgeous blonde. Curves in all the right places. Oh, God, I'm so bad at this.
Curves in all the right places.
I have no idea what I'm saying.
That's good.
Do you work at this place? Scott.
No.
What are you selling a Hyundai? What's going on here? Jesus Christ, man. Just look at her and speak from your heart.
Okay. Wearing gorgeous pink lingerie, blonde.
You said that.
I know. I'm really bad at this. You guys know this.
Have you ever felt so flattered before, Sky, than right now?
No, never.
Never. I mean, the guy is at a loss for words.
Awesome.
You've made him turn into a complete bumbling fool. All right, well, don't worry. There's only one there's two women here. That's not just one, so let's go ahead and describe the other one.
All right. Let's see if I can do better. Doubt it. So we have Tia here. She is, I'm going to say, about 5'6".
Hot. That's
brunette.
You always go back to numbers.
I know.
Sexiest thing on earth.
Yeah. You know, probably a Virgo, from my estimation. Come on. The lucky numbers are 7, 4, and 19. Can you just come on?
You're stealing my thunder.
Please describe her for the audience. They can't see this right now.
She's modeling perfectly
She's
for
beautiful.
you.
She's gorgeous. She's wearing a nice polka dot bikini.
What's going on with her belly button? Why don't you tell the people about that?
She has a nice belly button piercing.
Yeah, that's important information.
What else?
What else isn't there? Look
I know. There's so much to say and so little time.
There's plenty of time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just told we don't have to play any more songs or commercials today until you get done describing these women properly.
She has a great derriere. I'm so bad at this. God damn it! I'm awful at this.
Yes.
The Hustler Club just shut down. It just cost them all their business now.
I knew this would happen.
Unbelievable.
You went to another language.
I know. So I tried to class it up a little bit.
Oh, great, Daria. Let me just start out. How turned on are you right now? Have you ever heard a man refer to your butt before as a... I'm sure you have a lot of guys that say a lot of things about you, but has anyone ever commented on your derriere?
If I had $1 every time,
you would have no dollars.
I'd have no dollars.
All right.
I have to work no more.
Speaking of dollars, I want to hand out some dollars right now. Stacks of money. Listen, we know that not everyone's here just to help us out. Deadeyes, here's some money for you. And Useless Weirdo, here's some money for you as well.
Okay.
All right. That's that we like to call that derriere fuel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what we're going to do right now is a brand new, never before played game on the show called What Is There in That Derriere? No, we're not doing that. We're going to do... Deadeyes, how are you doing, by the way? You're the man of the hour, and we haven't even been talking to you.
No, it's fine. I'm laughing at Useless Weirdo a lot.
Okay, good. I knew you'd enjoy that much more.
Yeah.
All right, Useless Weirdo.
Yeah.
One of these women will be dancing for Deadeyes, and one of them will be dancing for you.
Mm-hmm.
In a Are you okay with
that? Yeah, I guess.
All right, I would much rather talk to the recorded version of you.
Yes!
The recorded version of you has got way more personality, is way more exciting.
Recorded Patrick, are you excited?
Yeah!
All right, very excited. Recorded Patrick's very excited. Good. Let's get to Lappily Ever After. Now, here's how it's going to work. We're going to ask you questions about being married, Deadeyes. You should know these things because you're getting married in a few days. Oh, by the way, ladies, let me just ask you quickly. Are either of you married by chance? We can start with Sky, or are you married at all?
No, I'm not.
No interest in being married ever?
No, not right now.
Do you have advice for this man a couple days before? I'm sure you've dealt with many a bachelors before, right?
No.
Never dealt with a bachelor before?
Yes, I have, but not too many.
You ever see a bachelor and then he comes back a couple months later and he's divorced?
Yes.
That happens a lot.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that
Don't be that guy.
No, I wish you the best of luck. You'll do great.
Oh, you hear that? I mean, look, the odds are not in your favor, but other than the odds, who cares about that? How about any advice? Any advice for Deadeyes? I'm sure you know men. You work with.
I've been told happy wife, happy life. So just make sure that she's good. She'll take care of you.
See, women are lucky that nothing rhymes with husband, because as a result, they got that stupid rhyme, and people just go around saying that, and everyone buys into it.
You know, someone wanted to point out also, Deadeyes, that an interesting statistic: 100% of divorces start with marriage.
Think about
Just
that.
know that.
Useless Weirdo, why are you counting the money? Are you doing taxes over there?
I don't know. I'm just nervous.
Deadeyes, I will let you, because it is your bachelor party, and have another shot of Fernet, please. Okay?
Do we have anything besides Fernet?
No, we have Fernet.
We were supposed to have something else, but it fell through.
There's a bottle of Bullet. I know that's what you're a big fan of, and it should be here. I don't know where it is.
In the meantime, take shots of Fernet so that you can mix nicely.
Here, sniff Allie's highlighter, too.
There you go.
That's not a euphemism. Ladies, I just want to let you know before we start, Allie's a lesbian. So don't let her distract you at all from what you're doing. And let's be honest, as professional dancers, how much more would you rather dance for women than men? Right? I mean, we all know that.
That's actually a great question.
You would much rather
thumbs up.
Always, right?
Yes, always.
Women, I almost feel like women get I want to say more liberties, right? But drunk dead eyes, please put the microphone back on the dancer. I'm trying to talk to Sky here. Cares about you. I want to hear you drinking Fernet. Women are always better, right? Are they better tippers
always.
as well, or no? Not as good at tippers.
They're kind of about the same.
About the same. But women have softer skin. They smell better. Everything about a woman is better.
They smell better. They're more fun.
That's what you think.
Yeah, smell Allie. That is a rank odor coming from Allie. You think women smell better? Give her a whiff.
I always get ignored at strip clubs, though.
Because
I feel
of the
like no, because I feel like people just assume that I'm there with other guys and that I'm just part of it.
Come to Hustler, we won't ignore you.
You won't be
Okay, see,
ignored.
there you go.
Do you assume people maybe assume Allie's like a lonely librarian waiting for the library to open again the next day? Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, perhaps.
No, definitely not. I mean, I think geeks have more fun. So
You would have more
glasses,
fun.
I mean,
Oh.
it's more mysterious.
Allie.
Ooh, my glasses are mysterious.
Allie, are you turned on right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I always am, though.
All right.
Every morning.
Let's get to it. It's time for Lappily Ever After. Now you both have tipping money. Useless Weirdo,
Yeah.
do you have a preference, blonde or brunette? You did such a great job explaining. Do you want derriere?
It's his bachelor party.
I know, but he would rather you have the pick.
No way. I defer to the man of the
I
hour.
really want to hear your decision.
Patrick, do you have a preference?
Yeah.
All right, you sound like you have a preference. What is it?
I don't actually have a preference. They're
You
both
just said
gorgeous.
you did. You have to make up your mind right now.
Okay.
You can't go back to numbers.
Okay. I'll go with Tia.
Whoa, what a dig on Sky. Why would you say that? What's wrong with you, man?
We locked eyes. She wasn't looking at me.
Okay, Tia's walking over
all
to
right.
you now.
Tia's coming over to. So, what do you need? You ladies take control of, especially with this one. He's never experienced a woman before ever. in
Okay,
his
she's
life.
telling him sit down. Great.
All right, now here's
Oh
what's
my
gonna happen.
God!
Are you okay, Allie? Now this is
This is
exciting.
great.
Deadeyes, your wife, your fiance gave us permission earlier in the show to do whatever has to happen.
I feel
correct?
like she regrets that. She's listening.
I think she.
Oh my goodness.
Do you think she's not happy about this?
I haven't gotten a text yet.
Okay, good. All right,
Well,
what-
she assumed that that both of you would be men, so I think that she feels a little more threatened, but I think still is enjoying every moment.
And let
of
me
this.
just say, I know that Patrick's description was pretty suitable, but you guys are definitely not men. You ladies are no men. That's
No,
for
no,
damn
no,
sure.
no.
As he said, curves in all the right places and derriere. So, all right, let us get to it. It's time for Lappily Ever After. Questions will go like this. We'll be asking you questions about marriage, things you should. Oh, there goes his phone. Oh, boy.
Put that away.
Hold on.
Everything's good.
What does it say?
Nothing to
Do
worry
a
about.
shot of Fernet. Do a shot of Fernet first before you read your phone. Hold on. I can't believe we didn't take his phone away from him. I thought we were supposed to confiscate the phone.
We also wanted you to take shots off of the mannequin that we have back
Yeah, you'll
here,
be
but that-
drinking belly button shots out of our mannequin.
Well, we're out of
because-
Fernet now,
Oh,
so.
well, you finished off the half bottle of
Wow.
Fernet? Good for you. Oh, good. The bullet has arrived as well.
The doctor's going to love you later.
Someone said we should put the bullet right in Patrick's skull. No, it's a different type of bullet, but thank you. Good advice. Are you okay?
Yep.
You going to read the text or no?
I mean, I kind of don't want to.
Don't read it. Don't read it. Don't read it. Don't read the text.
Okay.
Let's
Then
get-
you'll be thinking
let's
about
get
it.
through it. Come on.
Okay.
These ladies woke up early to be here today. These ladies will be performing.
Patrick's getting a lap dance.
Patrick, what are you doing? Hands to yourself, man.
My hands are right here.
All right, calm down. Look at Patrick's got his
He's
money.
actually having a good time.
He's having too much fun. All right, the questions will go like this. Back and forth wedding questions. Deadeyes is about to get married. Patrick will be forever single. As they answer questions correctly, the women will get as comfortable as they would like to get. Now, if they answer the questions incorrectly, unfortunately, we have a pile of clothing, and for the first time probably ever, they will potentially be putting on more clothing than they came in here with, which will ruin this for me personally and Allie as well.
So if they're getting these questions right, then they're going to get more. Okay,
If
good.
they get the questions wrong, then the clothing will get added, and they could leave here in multiple layers of clothing, which I don't believe. Has that ever happened before? Has anyone asked you to put on more clothing? Never happened before.
No, weirdly enough, no.
Yeah. Interestingly, all the dyslexic strip clubs that have opened up have closed immediately. Let's get to it now. Lappily Ever After. Let me get some clothes over there as well. I hate to do this.
Did you bring clothes, Kevin? Because I have sweaters
There's
here.
piles of clothes.
Okay.
Allie's got a lot of vests to pick from,
I
ladies,
do.
in case you've ever decided to be bi-curious. Here we go. There's clothing here. A lot of clothing. I hope you don't have to put on any of this clothing. I really hope you don't.
Ew.
This is all
Kevin, your shirt?
These are clean. No, these are all from...
Well, get that blanket, too.
Oh, no.
That's a rag. That's not even clothes.
That's not a rag. It's clothing. There's shirts. Here we go. All right.
Okay, we've got
Here we go.
stuff.
No, hopefully you get these
we've got a
questions
hat
right.
here, a beanie. Okay, good.
All right. And you're supposed to also be potentially dancing, if you're up for it. of the lap
To
variety.
this music?
All right, you want to put on something better? Hold on.
This Disney music?
Let me get on something. Let me get on the soundtrack to Frozen.
Let It Go would work.
Patrick said too late. Yeah, that's not an icicle. All right, here we go. It is time now for Lappily Ever After. I think this is more fitting for what we're about to get into. Question one. All right, let's go. The clock is set. Begin the dancing now. We will start with Deadeye.
Tia's already dancing.
Patrick, don't grunt like that. All right, Deadeye's first question. 4 things a lady is supposed to have with her on her wedding day.
Any 4 things?
No, the 4 things.
He doesn't get to me.
Hey, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
You got it correct.
Oh my God.
The dance continues, and feel free to get more comfortable if you'd like to, please. Oh, look at this. Bring in the booze.
My God, the bullet
thank
here.
you.
Yay,
The bullet.
Mary, come in here.
Bring in the bullet for Deadeyes, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mary, thank you. Mary from Sales.
This is
thank
Mary
you.
from Sales.
Oh, good. Hop on Deadeyes' lap,
Take
Mary.
something off, Mary. Get comfortable.
All right, thank you. All right, there's the actual booze of choice that you like. All right, get into that. Don't let it interrupt the dance now. Moving on to Patrick. Patrick, how you feeling over there?
It's just really I'm enjoying this, but it's really awkward that I have so many coworkers that are watching this.
Yeah, you said coworkers, not friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I made sure of that.
All right, go ahead. Allie, your
Okay.
next question for Patrick now. Don't mess this up, man.
Patrick, what are the 3 most important elements of a successful marriage?
Oh, God. She's going to be so clothed.
Damn it. Oh, man, for her?
Oh, she's really getting up on you.
Yeah. So wait, three for happy marriage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Full belly.
What?
Full belly?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. No, that's for a happy husband. Never mind.
I'm confused with trying to win at the State Fair Pig competition. Full belly. Come on. Don't mess this up, man. She's really giving
She's
you some...
putting a hat.
I know.
She's about to put a hat
She's
on.
about to get dressed, man.
Okay, good home, good financial standing, and constant affection for each other.
Oh, damn it. That is so wrong.
All of it's
All right,
wrong.
well, she's putting on...
Those are the easy ones, too.
That was the easiest question. What is the answer to that?
Knowledge, commitment, and communication.
Everyone knows that. Put on some clothing. Now she's already got a hat on.
It's not living close to an elementary school.
Oh.
Deadeyes.
Too bad. All right, moving back to Deadeyes now. Deadeyes?
Yep.
This food is traditionally thrown at a newly married couple.
Rice.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct. Deadeye's really enjoying himself right now. And I'll tell you, Sky is doing a wonderful job over there. Pleasuring Deadeyes.
God, both of you are having trouble speaking right now.
All right, back over to you, useless weirdo. Already your dancer's got on more clothing than she started with. It's off to a horrible start.
I know.
She's got a hat on. Okay. Let's see. What is the average length of a marriage in the U.S., Patrick? In years.
I'll tell you about
It's a numbers question. This is your favorite.
about 5 inches right now.
Oh, thanks for the confidence. I'm going to say 45 years.
What the hell is wrong with you? 45 years is the average length of marriage? It's got to be like 3 years or something these days,
It's
right?
7.
7
No,
years.
it's 8. It's 8.
The
Sorry,
7-year itch. You ever heard of the 7-year itch?
I have, but now I'm depressed.
Oh, damn it. She's putting on a shirt now.
45 years?
I'm a little...
Is the average?
I have confidence.
Do you know there's like a 50% divorce rate in this nation?
I don't think the average person lives to 45 anymore. Have you seen how fat our country is? All right, well, now she's putting on a shirt. You're really ruining this for everyone, man. Back over to Deadeyes. Yeah, these are easy questions. Even the girls do this. All right, moving over to Deadeyes. You got Deadeyes?
Yeah.
Who traditionally gives away the bride on her wedding day?
Her father.
Oh, man, Deadeyes is doing a great job.
No, you're doing really great.
Have yourself some bullets, sir. You deserve it. Have a sip of that booze. You got nothing to do later on today other than get your eyes looked at and drive to the airport. You should be fine. All right, back over to you, Patrick, useless weirdo, as Deadeyes enjoys his dance. Your woman is so dressed right now that she could go out in a snowball fight and be fine.
Yeah.
Your next question, please, don't mess this up. You're ruining this for everyone.
My fingers are crossed, too, all right?
Patrick. I'll give you a... Okay. What is the average cost of a wedding in the U.S.?
Ooh, okay. I want to say...
$45 million
No.
is what I want to say.
I'm going to say...
How about you don't say what you want to say? Say the opposite of what you want to say, and maybe you'll be right, okay?
125,000.
What?
Oh my God, man!
Are you serious?
Patrick, I'm trying to help you out here.
She needs more clothing. Patrick, you got to take off your clothing now for her.
You're so distracted.
This is taking such a. Did you already finish, Patrick?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh, well, that explains it. All right. Well, listen. Now we've got no more clothing to give her anymore.
I know.
This has gone horribly wrong, horribly quickly, and we've
sweatshirt.
Oh, it's so sad at this point.
God, at this point, we're just like unzipping.
Well, listen. Here's what's
gonna get some winter gloves out next.
This has never happened before. Her derriere is being put into pants as we speak, which means that this was a giant waste. I feel bad because if anyone really wants to experience these women as they should be experienced, once again, thank you to Larry Flynn's Hustle Club for sending them our way. And remember that the 14th anniversary on July 22nd and 23rd. You're already promoting July, huh? Jeez. Featuring adult superstar Jessie J. And I've met her. You know that, Allie?
Really?
Yeah, that's right. And AVN and ex-Arco Hall of Fame. Am I saying that right?
I don't know.
Sky?
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry that was not as much fun as you've probably ever had before.
No worries. At least I didn't have to put a beanie in the sweatshirt.
Did you tip your ladies, Patrick? Were you tipping during that? Or Patrick held on to all his money.
I have no idea. This is like I've never had a lap dance from a professional dancer before.
What's the average tip you need to give a stripper? $45,000?
$125,000, right, ladies? Everyone agrees on that. All right, listen. Give please a tip. Thank you, ladies, for stopping by. Much appreciated. We'll tweet out all the information. Dead Eyes, don't worry. That was only part one of your bachelor party. We continue after this tip from a child.
And now, wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids.
My name is Monica and I'm 8 years old. Congratulations, Deadeyes! I saw something in the commercial about if you're really sleepy, there's some medicine. It makes you comfortable around other places and not that sleepy.
This has been wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids. Mazel tov, Deadeyes.
A lot of mixed reaction coming through to phase one of Deadeye's bachelor party. Well, you guys had strippers in there and then made them put on more clothing. I hate you but love you at the exact same time. Christopher Silva hitting us up. Never laughed so hard by myself before, ever. I could be wetter than Patrick right now. Well, okay.
Some other people said I tuned into the show late. What is going on? But this is hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think you missed much other than Useless Weirdo experiencing, I believe, his first ever man-woman contact, and I think he really enjoyed it. Really stole a bit of the thunder away. We were talking about these worst of the worst wedding people. We talked about all the people that steal the thunder away from the people getting married. You stole Deadeye's thunder at his own bachelor party.
I know.
Rude. And even though you didn't do a great job describing the women, someone asked on text if you could describe what they were doing to you.
She was rubbing her derriere on my swimsuit area.
Well, that's pretty hot.
Yep.
That's right.
That's a Disney movie for the books.
Allie, put that to song, please.
I will.
Here,
I will. Don't worry.
You want to get that music up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll get that together. Let's just quickly congratulate the people moving forward in the March Badness bracket worst wedding guests, and they include a 4 seed making his way all the way to the finals. Congratulations, Horny Uncle. You have made it to the finals.
He's strong-arming his way through.
The first time anyone has ever said this about the Horny Uncle, but as you know, the Horny Uncle has one thing that a lot of people don't have, and that is staying power.
Yes.
And they will stay around long after everyone has asked them to leave. They will be the last ones dancing on the dance floor with any person who is still there, and then also looking at the violinist as she puts away her instrument later. He will be staring at her as well. So, Horny Uncle, you've made it to the end of the worst of the worst March Badness wedding guest, and you will be battling a unanimous crowd favorite, a number 1 seed from the very beginning, Long Speech Giver.
Yeah, I think Long Speech Giver is definitely a crowd favorite as far as hatred goes.
And I think we should include in Long Speech Giver, Cliche Speech Giver as well. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why this person is the worst.
Well, yeah, you made a great point about I Googled what it means to be a bachelorette, or, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so.
I Googled the word sister. If you're Googling the word sister, just go ahead and end it immediately, all right?
Or just add porn to it.
Yeah, that's right. I Googled sister, and it said sister on sister action. Hot derriere for all. All right, so congratulations. They're moving to the finals. You guys battle it out, and we'll figure out who becomes the actual worst of the worst. Will it be the Long Speech Giver or the Horny Uncle? Those two will be going into it head-to-head. We return in a moment, and I just actually want to ask Deadeye's Penis, who's still on the phone. How are you doing after the lap dances? You feeling okay? Deadeye's Penis? Is that still Deadeye's Penis? Oh, it sounds tired.
It's dead.
Oh.
It was too much.
Deadeye's penis, you taking a nap?
Deadeye's penis, hello?
No, it's out.
Okay.
Out for the count. Well, I guess that was a successful lap dance then. We will reveal what the text said that came in from his fiancée when we return, and we'll give away some BFD tickets if you want in on those. 800-696-1053 to Live 105's BFD. Back after this.
And now, wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids.
Here is my happy errand, Deadeye. Here's my happy errand.
This has been wedding advice from Deadeye's favorite kids. Mazel tov, Deadeyes.
Don't let your guard down after this wet winter. Rain can't revive the millions of trees that are dead from years of drought. The bark beetle epidemic continues, infesting and killing even more trees. The more dead trees, the greater the threat from wildfires that will have more material to fuel their intensity. Now is the time to create and maintain 100 feet of defensible space around your home by removing dead trees, brush, and vegetation. Learn more from CAL FIRE at readyforwildfire.org.